recording a journey draft, more just to get into the habit of recording pretty much every draft, so I'm not sure how good this video will actually end up. Drafted this set maybe 10 times, not much, just coming out of moto, so hopefully this is a good video. I've had some amount of success. I've gotten my rating back up, which you can see here. It's pretty sweet. Hoping to get that by to like maybe 1900 again. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, just taking every match and tournament as they come. If I do get to 1900, that's like a pretty good sign. I'll probably go to Adelaide for their PDQ. Okay, so we've got first pack here. Already I'm leaning towards the Eidolon Blossoms. If anything, it's already a sort of source of card advantage in itself. I haven't actually played with it as well, so that's actually another reason for me to try this card. From everything I've heard, it's actually pretty good, but just looking at just how the card runs, turning all of your, basically having all of your enchantments replace themselves seems pretty sweet. The card automatically replaces itself when you play it, so that's pretty good too. So in terms of other considerations here, we've got Feast of Dreams, Golden Hind, whatever, Warwing Siren, Blood Crazed Hoplite, but gonna just take this Eidolon of Blossoms, be pretty happy there. Okay, so in this pack, what I am leaning towards is, well, we've got Pin to the Earth is pretty good removal, Magma Spray, Freak is chosen, the Fleet Feather Cockatrice, and Underworld Coinsmith. So I'm always in a bit of a weird, always have a bit of a hard time picking the two color cards such as these. If you get these past 3rd to 4th pick, it's a pretty strong signal that you can start taking those colors. There's 2 of them in here, and I'm leaning towards this because this card's just reads very well, as well as being removal. It also has just evasion and can become quite large, so not too shabby there. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I can always just start taking white black cards if that's the signal there. Obviously, 2nd pick, it's not really any sort of signal sending anyway. So I'm just going to take Interpret the Signs. This card seems to be very underrated this early in the format. I have no idea why, to be honest, but yeah, I've had a bit of success with this one, so nothing really worth my consideration otherwise. Relic of Abandon is, just want to talk about this card for a bit. It's a bit of an odd one. Now, it only, when you're drafting the red deck, unfortunately a lot of them do just have 2 toughness. It kind of fits pretty much in only one deck, and only in certain circumstances, and that's the red-green deck, when you have the larger creatures that will survive this. It's in a weird spot, is all I'm saying. Okay, so we'll take this Interpret the Signs. We'll sort those cards there. Okay, so this is another pretty good pack for us. So the cards in here are the Mastiff, Hubris, Scryfish here. I do like me some Hubris, but I do like me some Scryfish too. I'm going to take the Scryfish here, simply because Scryfish is fixing your draws for the rest of the game. It's really good. It's also got 3 toughness, which is also awesome. Hubris is a very powerful effect indeed, but it's a one-shot. And you can get a very similar effect, of course, from Voyages in the third pack. So there's no other really Starfish kind of effects in terms of fixing your draws for the game when you draw this guy. So I'm gonna take this. Okay. So here's a Hubris here. This Disciple of the Seed is pretty late, and I'm actually considering that to be a strong signal. We've seen a couple of these, which I should have mentioned. Well, at least one of these, which I should have mentioned. So blue-black might actually be open. I mean, we could also go blue-black-green. Might just need to abandon these two cards, or abandon this card at least if I'm going to splash for green. This card is very powerful. Allows you to attack for a different angle than most decks do. So, having said that, however, there is also the safe option of Hubris here. I think I want to save... This is going against what I normally do. I'm just going to take the Hubris, mainly because I want to try and play this card if I can in this draft. Alright, so now... Yeah, I have this feeling blue-black's open. I should have just taken the Disciple. It's the second Interpret. Not quite as strong as the first one. Certainly if there wasn't any other options in here, I'd just be taking that. But we've got a Gianni's Presence. Well, it's really just the Gianni's Presence, Grim Guardian, Pin to the Earth, and maybe the Renowned Weaver. I'm going to take the removal spell here. In Pin to the Earth. Oh, cool, another Scryfish. We got Goldenhide Ox, which is just a big guy in green. We've got this Constellation Trigger, +1/+1 till end of turn. I don't think any of these cards are as strong as the Starfish here, so I'm going to take this. This is pretty interesting though. So blue is clearly open. All these cards left in the pack are pretty strong. Green might be open. Hopefully it is. We'll see what happens there. Okay. So the black removal spell coming back round. Font coming back. Thassa's... Oh wait, no, I haven't seen this pack before. That's my mistake. I'm going to take the Thassa's Ire. It's a very strong effect. In my experience, like, some people might think it's a bit slow, but I think the format's actually slowed down sufficiently that this kind of card is pretty strong. Plus it's an enchantment, so maybe trigger Constellation here with the Eidolon. Notice how I'm very strongly committed to blue at this point, so even if I have made the mistake in that not taking the blue-black cards, at least in the second third pack, I can amend that and still play a lot of my picks from the early draft. So in this pack, I'm pretty much going to take a Cloak Siren. I guess the other considerations in here would be Blood-Crazed Hoplite, which I'm not really fussed about. I've got a bunch of 2-drops anyway, and the font. Cloak Siren is just a stronger card overall. It's got the surprise factor, so it can count as removal, but it's also a creature, something you can do on turn 4. The other thing that I liked about the flash creatures in general is that it makes your counter spell stronger if you choose to run that route. So yeah, that's pretty easy pick there for me. I'm going to take this Pin to the Earth as the removal spell. I guess the Ferris Band might count as well, but I don't think it's really as strong as just the Pin to the Earth here, which is just straight up removal most of the time. So I'm going to take this Thassa's Devourer. None of these really excite me. This is a very slow sideboard option, but it's a pretty poor one. So I'm going to take the Thassa's Devourer, maybe even run it. I'm going to take... I want to take this Island of Rhetoric. No, actually I'll take the Cruel Feeding in case I do end up in black. It's probably a stronger chance than ending up in blue-white. Take this. Hopefully Might need to play it in blue-green. Oh, okay. That's a pretty late interpret the signs. So I'm looking to be a control-ish blue deck, which is what I want to be most of the time. Okay, so what are the chances that black is open, that my opponent to my left hasn't taken any black? The other thing to note here is that there aren't very many strong blue spells, which is kind of disappointing. Otherwise I might have just leaned towards that. We could take the Nyxborn Wolf, which I think is the strongest green card in the pack here. Or I could just risk it with the Herald. Yeah, you know what? If it ends up being wrong, it ends up being wrong. I've got a bunch of... I think my draft is going to end up very strong anyway. So I think taking this is worth the risk at the moment. So I'm going to take this Herald. So we've got here... we've got the Oathsworn. We've got Mischief and Mayhem, which comes around late. I think this card is pretty strong, it's underrated. And the Chorus here is the only blue card. I think with the control route that we're going here, having a few flyers is going to be very handy. Whether I end up in blue-green or blue-black. So I'm going to take the Chorus here and pay close attention to the next few packs to see what my second color is going to be. This is a pretty weak pack overall. I'm actually leaning towards either the Stratus Walk or the Nullify. Again, just going back, having flash creatures and not counter spells is pretty sweet. Stratus Walk fits into more decks though. Triggers my Eidolon of Blossoms very nicely too. Yeah, I'm going to be doing things on turn 2. It's actually pretty tough. I'm going to take the Nullify. Most likely make my main deck over the Stratus Walk. Okay, so it's still not receiving a clear signal as to what my secondary colors should be. Because I'm not sure if the person I was passing to is in... I could have sworn the person I was passing to would have chosen... well, maybe not red. Okay, I'm going to go with the pillar here. Mainly, no, actually, no, I'll just go for the Crypsis. It's a strong card overall. I'm not too worried about not getting any 3-drops for this deck just yet, so it's still a little bit early. The Drown in Sorrow, Wood Suit, this control-ish kind of style that I'm got going. Grave Robber Spiders, pretty good in green even without the black. I've got a 2-drop here if I want it. We've also got 7 of Tyramit. Okay. So, do I want to play black or green? And is it possible to play both? Probably not possible to play both. What kind of strategy am I going with here? I'm gonna go with the Drown. Doesn't actually kill any of my 2-drops yet, which is pretty handy. Okay. Do I want another Crypsis? Probably not with this deck. But am I going to? Is there any chance that I'm going to actually play this Grizzly transformation? I mean, I could also consider going into green, foregoing that pick again. Choices. I'm going to take the second Crypsis. Ooh, okay, this card's pretty late. I'm pretty happy with that. There's also the Divination. Maybe, no, I don't need this. This is a 6-drop. It doesn't have many targets in my deck. And this is very much a control deck. And I have something to do with 6 anyway, so I'm going to take the Divination. Control deck here. No real notable cards in here. Might take this in case I need to sideboard in some aggro options. I think I'm gonna take this. Or maybe this. No, I'm gonna take this. Let's see if we can get some alternate win condition happening. Green's open. Well, green-red's open. Interesting. Maybe I should have taken the Wayfinder. Okay. So I'm going to take the Oaths one here. I think it's the strongest card in the pack. And like, I'm going to be lacking in free drops. I'm lacking in free drops at the moment, so... Okay. Gorgon's Head. Do I have anything that I want to equip that to? I guess it's good sideboard. So I'm going to take that. There's also a Watch Enter in case I am in black. No, I'm just going to take this. Take this in case I'm in black. Okay. No more Evanescent Intellect. It's interesting. This is... My secondary color options are also pretty interesting to me. Because I've got a couple of strong cards in black and a couple of strong cards in green. I can definitely let my next pack decide what my secondary color is. Okay. So the blue cards in here are interesting in that I've got Anomic Wall, Aqueous Form, Curse of the Swine, Ordeal of Thassa. I don't really like taking Curse of the Swine. It never really does what you need it to do. He's still facing down an army of 2/2s. Best case scenario, you get rid of like some bestow stack, which isn't actually all that common in full block draft. Could also just commit to black here and take the Baleful Eidolon. I really need to commit to a color. There's no green cards in this pack, which is a little bit frustrating. Ordeal of Thassa is not really where we want to be at. It's probably not going to make main deck if I draft it. 10 seconds left. Anomic Wall, what are you returning? You can return a bunch of things, can't you? I'm going to take... I'll take the Curse of the Swine and maybe the Anomic Wall will come back. Okay, so there's a black removal spell here. Staunch Hearted Warrior. The other thing is that there's also an option that, well, sorry, there's also a chance that Rising Chimera will make a wheel of some kind. These two spells are very strong compared to these two spells. This is pretty good. Staunch Hearted with Crypsis is pretty sweet. Also Sealock Monster for the safe option. Don't really like running that card though. I want to run these green cards. Oh, really? No. Okay. Very strong black card in here. And, oh my god. Okay, so the person to my right's not red-green. She probably should be. Or maybe I made that mistake, but in any case, I'm making a mistake now. So read the bones. Omen speaker, I'm pretty happy taking that over the... I don't know what's happening here, unfortunately. Okay, so black-green is probably open. I could always splash for this read bones, it's not really the end of the world doing that. Nice Disciple, Baleful Eidolon. I could just be Bug Dirtle, because my only green commitment here is these two cards. What to do, what to do. Again, I think I just want to run the majority of these green cards over the black ones. Not gonna run that. Take this Mnemonic Wall. Bridging Hippocramp's pretty interesting. Does it interact in any way? I guess I'd get another Starfish interaction, Starfish activation. Aside from that, not much. Surprise blocker. It's gonna have a flash guy. Mnemonic Wall's probably more interesting in that I get to return Divination or one of the two spells if I stay in black, or Nullify, or Crypsis, or Hubris, or Interpret the Signs. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Mnemonic Wall. Okay. So we're all in on green now. So I should just take this guy. It's pretty sweet. I might need to play this against some people. There's another Mnemonic Wall. I might need to play that against some people as well. And this is pretty useful sometimes. Yeah, I might need that. Okay. A little bit of a train wreck of a draft. How am I looking? Probably don't need all these Crypsis. Don't think we're just that kind of deck. However, I don't think we have many options for this, which is unfortunate. Do I need that Benfic Life? No, this is probably more useful. This gets to cut. Very control-ish, grindy kind of deck, which means I should have probably gone play. I'm not sure. Probably going to be questioning that all draft. Okay, so definitely running these. Hubris and Starfishies. So we're a very defensive deck. Can randomly win with the flyers here, draw some cards. Or if we run the black, can do this. No, this is pretty good. Interesting. Definitely interesting. So either I can run an extra divination, or I can have some pretty solid creatures. Oh wait, I also lose this, right? So I mean, that looks better. I don't think it's actually that much better. No, I don't want to give up the cockatrice. I think the cockatrice is probably better than the herald in this deck. Not a very fast deck, so 22. Again, I don't have any targets with this. And just run this Crypsis. I mean, Crypsis is pretty handy. Can randomly just be a trick. Because then I can randomly do this or this. If need be, if they try to kill my guys. Yeah, Crypsis. Or do I want an 18 land? I've got Starfish to find me land if I need it though. And the Omen Speaker as well. Yeah, no, I'm going to 18 land. 17 land. Crypsis is more useful as an extra trick. Or do I want an extra counterspell? Questions. No, I think I'm going to run the counterspell. Don't want. I can always side them in. I think the trick is going to. It suits this plan much better. I mean, I don't care if they kill these three that much. I can also just use this mana here. Okay, so let's see what's suggested here. 4 green. 13. I don't need 13 blue, do I? Let's check how much green I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. 4 is actually pretty reasonable. Let's... I really don't need 13. I really don't. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19, 20. 11.6 sounds more reasonable. I mean, I need, no, I'll have enough blue. Definitely. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Now we just wait for round 1.